Hi guys, this is Matthew speaking for All for Shooters. Today we are here at Karl Walther in Ulm. Next to me is Bernhard Knöbel, the CEO from Karl Walther. And today we are here in the Meister Manufaktur. What's behind the Meister Manufaktur?
Yeah, the very typical English term Meister Manufaktur. It is our custom shop, but the idea is really to explain that this is real craftsmanship. What we
build here unique guns,
yes,
right?
One of a kind pieces of arts. Yeah, exactly. That's what we try to realize. So we have a master gun maker here. His name is Michael Feser, and I want to underline this a little bit. He's not simply a gunsmith. I would describe myself as a gunsmith, but Michael really is a gun maker. He learned to make a complete gun with his hands, and this is why he's the perfect fit for our Meister Manufaktur, because of course a certain portion of what we do here is embellishments by colors, by different anodizing surfaces, different surface treatments, which is a fantastic field nowadays in its own. But it is also the area of really handmade or hand embellished products. Like what we have here is a beautiful, unique piece. It's called the Boston Tea Party. And so for this product, for this project, I should say, Michael didn't just take a simple frame and a simple slide. He got specific parts from manufacturing that aren't completely finished, regarding what we call in gun making terminology, the façon, the face of the gun. So he likes to give it a special shape, so that also the gun itself, the body, so to speak, of the product underlines the piece of art that the engraver or the master engraver is realizing. And so yeah, this is really very special. And the good thing is that Michael can do the whole 9 yards, basically of more simple embellishments, of tuning of the product. But then last but not least, top of the line, Champions League, so to speak, is really the product that is handmade by one of the top 20 engravers in the world, and that is based on such a product that comes with a very exclusive one-of-a-kind façon.
This one-of-a-kind, how long it takes to finish a project like this?
It depends. I mean, everything is possible, but a project like this tea party here, Michael told me that the engraver has invested something like 300 hours into this product. That is amazing, and it shows you the level of detail that the engraver is putting into this. For instance, this gun here is engraved by master engraver Jürgen Göser. He was an apprentice of a teacher that came to Ulm from Vellach gunsmithing school, and he taught various engravers the skills of metal engraving, of mainly firearms engraving. And different areas in the world have developed different styles. Like, for instance, in Italy, they have very much focused on Bulino style engraving, so very fine.
What you know from notes, from
banknote
yes,
style engraving. Bulino, Puntino is, you give in Germany. If you wanna put the shadow on the engraving, you usually use a chisel, whereas in Puntino you achieve the contrast by many little dots. So the chisel in Germany, we hammer the chisel, whereas the Italians they just shape. Yeah, exactly. And the only thing where they use the hammer is the so-called puntino. So they are real experts in their engraving style. In Vellach, Austria, they followed under Albin Obilchnik a different technique. It's called the relief style engraving, very deep. And people like Jürgen Göser, those top guys, those Champions League guys, they can combine everything. So he can build a nice engraving that has deep relief style, but also some Bolino scenes, and that's really amazing.
I know you are good with numbers. Can you talk about a price range for such a project like the Boston Tea Party?
Well, first of all, there's the work of Michael that goes into it, as I told you. Then there's the master engraver, and then it's all the finishing work that goes into it. A project like this would probably retail for something like 60,000.
60,000.
Yes, and that's my guess. But I'm pretty sure. I mean, there's still you need to know. There's of course the different.
The dealership,
the dealer margins, that go into this, and so that adds up to the retail price for the end user. Yeah.
Okay. Last question about Meister Manufaktur for just a normal customer. Is it possible to get a visit here?
Oh yeah, sure. That's what we do. We do it by appointment only, of course. So they need to set up an appointment with Michael, and then they sit at the table, discuss the ideas. Sometimes the customer has already some pretty good ideas what he wants. Especially in competition, so our top-notch competition shooters, they know exactly this is my color, this is my country, these are the colors of my country, this is what I want to see on my gun. So that can be easy. And then on the other hand, sometimes you have customers that have some sort of an idea or no idea at all, and then you sit at the table. Sometimes we invite the engravers, so we sit together with the engraver. And then it's sometimes fantastic to see what they develop. When it becomes creative, you know. Sometimes it's a bit tough, and sometimes it's just like a source, like a spring, and then the results are fantastic.
I still have one more question.
Yeah.
Especially with guns are especially something really special. And I read one time a book about Vikings. They gave their swords.
Yeah.
They gave them names.
Yeah.
Is this a new trend, a new common thing to give pistols and guns a unique name?
That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, this gun would be the Boston Tea Party, obviously.
The one and only.
Well, there is only one, and we usually never duplicate something like this. So if we make a gun like this for a certain customer, and another customer wants to have a similar engraving, we would never do it without asking the original customer for permission. And normally we don't like to do it. So it has to be a unique piece, a unique, one-of-a-kind piece of art. And I would say if you copy this, it's gonna be devalued, and you don't want this. So giving names, I don't know. I haven't heard of that trend, but
maybe. Who knows?
The engraving world is wide open. I mean,
you are really long in the business, but in the end, there's still one question for me. When you have a price range about 50 or 60,000 euros for a unique pistol like this, it is an investment.
Yes.
It grows in volume over the time.
In value, yeah, it is. It definitely is an investment if it is something special. And the connoisseurs, they will really understand the value behind it. So if you talk to those pistol connoisseurs, they will immediately notice, this is not just a standard product. It went through the hands of the Meister Manufaktur of Michael Feser, even as the fundament. And for the customers, I mean, you see everything. You see those customers that will put this thing into a cabinet. They have beautiful cabinet makers sometimes, and no one ever touches this pistol with his bare hands. You need to wear gloves if you're allowed to touch it. But then you also have the opposite. And actually many of them that really use those guns because they spend so much time in shooting and competing, and they wanna use what they have, and also of course you have to show off a little bit with what they have, and it's cool, and they use it and they say it's just patina that I want to see on my gun. Yeah, so shooting it, of course, no doubt about it. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.